Hey there, viewers, and welcome back to another What's Up Wednesday. Today is 4/4/18, and I've got to make sure that this is working first and foremost before we get too far, because that's what we do, because our internet is highly unreliable. So I'm going to wait to see what goes on over here in the comment section, and just be warned, we've got like 25-mile-an-hour sustained winds outside. The electricity has been on and off all day. And as a matter of fact, it was just off a minute ago. So I had to wait for all this mumbo jumbo to get rebooted and try to figure out how to get back into the live stream once it goes down and all that. So if it goes blank, stick around. I'll give it one more attempt to restart. And after that, we're going to nix it and move on. It appears that we are in loud and clear. So first and foremost, thank you guys for joining in with the live stream. Thank you to our patrons, the folks who graciously send us swag in the mail and letters of affirmation or appreciation. All of our patrons, I think I said that on Patreon, and our PayPal donators, and just everybody, and just you, the viewers, who leave your awesome comments. Let's see. All right. Yeah, 60-mile-an-hour winds in Albany. Hooking all nighter up to the computer. That's what we need to do. I need some kind of power supply, but I don't have. So what are we going to talk about? Well, Dan, that is the topic of what we're going to talk about. I attempted to start looking on the Facebook there because I put a little post out, but then every time I do, power goes out and I got my phone and the computer's turned back on, and then customer stops in. I did manage to grab a couple things. First and foremost, so I think we will get through the mail call. Not a big mail call this week. However, we will go through that before everybody asks. I am drinking out of my Yeti, which was graciously sent to me by a viewer, and it works well. I'll give it that for the tin can cup. It keeps your coffee hot, and the coffee I'm drinking is from the Black Rifle Coffee Company. Silencer Smooth, not a sponsor, just so you know. And finishing off my little bag of beef jerky. Nothing good to eat today. I went and raided the fridge. However, Mrs. O fed me all the leftovers for lunch, so there was nothing left. I managed to grab some of her hippie stuff. Nature Valley, sweet and salty nut almond granola bar. So that's all I got for dinner tonight. And a couple of pieces of beef jerky. Where's the mac and cheese? Are you kidding me? That stuff doesn't last a day around here. This isn't the call-in show. No, Brian, I'm afraid it is not. It is not the call-in show. However, you did remind me. One of you folks could have just called. I did not take the phone off the hook. So let's see. Let's get started. This one I thought was kind of comical. It took me a second to get it, I'll admit. And I see Corey's here in the chat, so he will appreciate this. So Corey, if you're in here from DOD dash cams, stick around. Wow, this is just a little swag bag that comes with the original swag. And I don't know, I don't recall if this one came with a letter. I don't believe it did. Oh, it's so perfumey. Let's see. No, essentially just the letter from the company that makes this stuff. Some of you will get the joke, some of you won't. However, there he is, SMA Auto. This is a candle. Not a big deal, you think. However, it is popcorn scent. So when you walk in and say, "You guys smell popcorn?" You really do at SMA, because we have a popcorn scented candle. No idea who sent it. Absolutely hilarious. My daughter, Trinity, has been wearing out the popcorn joke, because every time she farts now, she comes over, but she can't stop giggling and wants you to see if it smells like popcorn in her vicinity. And of course, she has switched over to the, do you smell something burning? Again, no, she giggles too much. It doesn't really have the concern of if something really is burning. Yes, Corey, this is legit. It's called At the Movies. That's the company that makes it. I'll let her focus here. Hopefully it will. I'm going to have to get something else up behind it. Hopefully that'll focus for you guys. Focus. Add the movies. Oh, you're the one that sent it, aren't you? Go figure. Well, if you did, I'm assuming that you did. I appreciate that. Thank you. And I'm glad to actually have some actual popcorn sent around. So for you guys who weren't here last week, I was talking about one of my favorite parts of my trip down to Staten Island and go down to TST's was the joke that I learned from Corey from DOD dash cams. He taught me the joke that when you rip one, you act all concerned, be like, hey, you guys smell popcorn? And then everybody loves the smell of popcorn, so they come over and take a deep breath, and then, of course, you gag them with the stench that just came out of your butt. And then in this box, so that's the joke. Is Mrs. O Dutch? I don't think so, however. I have given her a few of the classic Dutch ovens, which is another classic fart joke you can do. Oh, wait, what we got here? Oops, clicking. Motor City Mechanic. That wet finger mass airflow signal circuit test method on a Hyundai is well worth the $10. Nice technique. Well, I appreciate that you appreciate that, and I appreciate you appreciating me for showing you that trick. That is a pretty common, I don't want to say a common trick. Do you know what a Dutch oven is? I do know what a Dutch oven is. We actually have Dutch ovens. We cook in Dutch ovens. So doesn't Helga from Pennsylvania Cooking, who's up on our channel right now. But the classic Dutch oven is where you rip one under the covers and then you pull the covers up over your wife's head or your husband if you're a chick, and you know, vice versa. It can be universally administered. Oh, Spanky says that she would divorce her husband if she tries the Dutch oven. Oh, if I was him, I would accept that challenge. I totally forgot what we were even talking about. Crap. And I even laid off the coffee today. Anyhow, we have a package here that comes from Davis and Carol R. I didn't look to see where they were from. I think I already cut the logo off it, so I seen this big box coming. Like, is this a big box of Girl Scout cookies? You bet it is. So we have a bunch of Girl Scout cookies, which I can indulge in some of them, which we will. Of course, he did stock up on the Thin Mints. I don't know if perhaps I mentioned that Thin Mints were my fave, but there are 4 boxes of those in there. There's a box of your classic trefoils. And then we come along to Trinity's favorite, the Tagalongs, peanut butter filled. And then the Samoas. So these are like what, like the coconut chocolate ones. Ooey gooey. So we'll stick them up there, but he did write a letter with that. Yes, I do agree the Thin Mints are the best. So D. Croft is actually eating Girl Scout cookies as we speak. Oh, get this thing right side up. And he writes, Dear O family, I don't want to repeat what everybody else says, but I really love the show. It's really entertaining and educational to see how you approach problems and solve them. I think the success of your channel is mainly due to 2 things. 1, you take the viewers along. Oops, I got to get where I can see. I think I'm going to need some glasses sometimes. You take the viewers along the diagnosis and explain what you're doing really well. You just don't say, this is what's wrong, and fix it and show the entire process. Blah, blah, blah. Number 2, you sometimes involve your family, critters, in the videos, and it never feels like it's an instructional video. Well, Davis and Carol, that is my intent, is to not make it seem instructional, because if you make it an instructional video, I feel that you have some kind of obligation as a creator or an instructor to do it properly, in which I never do. Let's see. I think a lot of your viewers feel that watching your videos is like stopping by a friend's job to see what he and the family are doing. So keep it up and don't change a thing. You often say that you're not a magician and don't have a crystal ball, but, in all caps, what you do is still rare, at least in the area I'm in. The local mechanics here are good people, but they don't have a parts cannon. They have a parts railgun, and they can penetrate any checking account without mercy. I really don't feel they get on the tech side so much, but they only read codes and just replace parts until the thing goes away. So watching you do your best to a job right the first time is refreshing and not as common anymore as it should be. So to end this up, I got strong-armed by some pushy Girl Scouts while I was walking into the grocery store the other day. So I thought I would pick up something to send you and say thanks that we, the viewers, appreciate you and your family as much as you appreciate us. P.S. Never end one of your shows by popping out of the back of a car like a psycho, as the disturbing Scotty Kilmer often does. Take care. God bless. David and Carol R. Oh my gosh, that is awesome. Thanks for the Girl Scout cookies. I do appreciate that. I am a little bit of a sugar junkie, and I promise you I will never jump out of a car, garbage can, or other anything and scare you like the great Kilmer does. I remember what we were talking about. We were talking about using the wet finger test on the mass airflow sensor to pull the voltage high. Motor City Mechanic. That's right. It's all coming back to me now. So in that video, to do circuit verification on a low voltage or low current rather circuit, I simply licked both fingers, touched one on the battery positive, and then touched the signal wire at the mass airflow connector and watched on the scan data, and you could see it drive high. And that's a test. I wouldn't say it's common, but it's a test that you can do. And I easily could have used my test light also hooked to power and just, send voltage through it that way. I've seen in instances where I've done this to, let's say you want to drive an oxygen sensor, high or low, you could do the same thing, touch chassis ground, touch the signal wire back probed and, force it lean, grab the heater wire, grab the signal wire, force it rich. So that's how that works. So I'm just thankful that somebody in that video, because I don't think I got a single comment on that testing technique, maybe one, but I'm glad that somebody did get something out of that. And now Keith is taunting me. He's over working on a F-150 right now with rich codes. It's a supercharged 5.4, and he calls me like 10 minutes before I start my live chat to get into my mind. And he did it successfully, and it gets me all flustered because I want to be on the phone and working on it and stuff, and it drives me nuts. Moving forward, looks like you guys got some stuff going on over here in the little chat box. Cigar smoke machine and compression fitting brake lines. That is some classic Kilmer stuff right there. And that kind of stuff and I'm not going to sit here and badmouth Scotty. He does his own thing. Guy makes almost $800,000 a year off YouTube. But the whole cigar EVAP thing and compression, it's all baloney. Oh, yeah, it is not. Wow, we are from the future. 7718. I totally botched that. Welcome to the future, folks. But yeah, the whole, some of the stuff that he presents is bull. It's just bull crap. You would not take your car to a mechanic that does that. At least I would hope you wouldn't, and pay them. I'm not going to say any more on it. I'll leave it at that. If you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. Lon Willis, thanks for all you, and congratulations on the motor age report. Good job. Well, thanks, Lon. That is a highlight I've got down here on my list. That is something that is on my actual bucket list that I can cross off now. So I'm super excited about that. I'll tell you guys in a minute. I'm sure probably some of you already know it. I got this from a viewer. This is Avoca Beach. Avoca Beach is not in Avoca, New York, just FYI. I am from Avoca, or if you're a telemarketer, it is pronounced Avoca. Let's see here. And this is from Aussie Bob. And he writes, "Hey there, Eric O, Mrs. O, and Little O's. Come visit your hometown beach on the other side of the world. The weather is nice, the sharks are friendly, and the only thing we sprinkle salt on is fish and chips. Plenty of other places to visit in the wide brown land of ours, such as visit the GM, Holden, Ford, and Toyota factories that have all been closed down. Only kidding. Double exclamation point. Hope this postcard is displayed with pride somewhere in your office next to the brake clean. All best, Aussie Bob." And then he drew oops, whoa, I lost you. Are you guys still there? Hang on. I guess you are. I left. You were done. He drew a little picture. of a shark and a guy swimming, showing me that the sharks are friendly. Mrs. O said she would never go to Australia because she thinks every single animal and insect in Australia is deadly, which she may be right. Too much time on a Discovery Channel as a child is what I'm saying. If you don't know, it ain't gonna hurt you, right? It probably still can. Let's see, this is from E.T. Oh, wait a minute here. Oh man, you know, here's my problem. I start mixing stuff up. Australia, where everything is trying to kill you. See, C.O. Jones, don't be talking to Mrs. O about that. Because if I ever want a chance to go in there someday, it ain't gonna happen. Let's see, this is from the B family. I kind of try to omit last names. Omit. And this one has, boom, a Chris Franklin in it. All right, I can handle that. Let me make sure. All right, let's see. And he writes, "Good day, Erico. First, thanks for all you do for us, the people," in quotations. "You seem like an honest, hardworking family man who embodies blue-collar hometown values. Kudos to your folks for instilling your family's work ethic. I wrench out of necessity for the extra dough and would have handed off electrical work. I've learned a lot from you, and now I don't avoid 12-volt fixes and repair work. Let me try this again. I've learned a lot from you, and now I don't avoid 12-volt fixes and repair work is to an overall higher standard of quality. Your video outro, remember viewers, if I can do it, you can do it," in quotes. "Really speaks to me. It's motivational and empowering." Wow. Again, a heartfelt thank you in all caps. Second, and most importantly, dude, please hook up the masses with the SMA swag line. If you're thinking long-term swag money, chilling's college fun, yep, I played that card on you. Picture this, SMA branded Break Clean or ice cream, bright light from above, and angels singing, "Oh!" Did that get you thinking? Enclosed is some money to compensate you and Mrs. O for the time spent towards that goal. Rock on, Sean from Boysen. Or maybe that's his last name. Sean B. Let's forget I said that. P.S. Bob is my uncle. For real. All right, Sean B. Appreciate the Frank, Lynn, and I do have your contact information here. I do appreciate that. Say hi to your Uncle Bob for me. And it's really cool that you have an Uncle Bob, so you can actually say that. Bob's my uncle. I'd have a picture of him around just in case. Let's see. Let me set that here so I don't double read. See, Bergen writes, "Any idea on a PO 441 Tundra 47? It's slowly killing me." 441. So what's that going to be? Is that EGR or air pump? Let me just look real quick. Gotta move my stuff. I'll do the best I can for you. I have not ran across that personally yet. See, 441. Oh, 441, you big dummy. I'm a big dummy. I'm like the EVAP master, and I have should have known EVAP code. I'm thinking EGR or whatnot. So 441, you caught me off guard here. Incorrect purge. What I would do, or what I would, because I'm not sure on the 07 which EVAP system they use on that, if they are, you know, like their leak detection monitor, if they have the pump on them, that I don't know. What I would do is head on over to Wells Electronic or Wells VE, I believe it is on YouTube. I don't remember how they have it listed. Mike Becker over there does a very in-depth case study, multiple case studies or classes on EVAP systems. It's going to be the most help to you. He does one specifically on Toyota systems. I believe they're intrusive, they're non-intrusive system. I believe their leak detection system, their hybrid system. Very, very in-depth. You will gain a lot of you know, good information by going over there and looking at that. So that it would be my best advice for you, instead of having, you know, me just take a pot shot guess at it with, you know, zero information. So that's what I would say. Mike at Wells. Wells VE for vehicle electronics. And then I've got another one here. I think we're whittling down. Didn't have a lot of big mail call today, this week. I think this one's a 2-pager. This is a 2-pager from Ed S. Hydrocarbons to decarbon engine. Does it work? I don't know. It's worked for years. You know, we use gasoline in the injectors going across the intake valves. I don't know a lot about, you know, decarbonization technology. I know there's ultrasonic cleaners. There's, you know, a host of stuff on the market right now. I don't have enough experience with them to provide you with any useful insight as far as what my preference would be. You know, there's everything from walnut blasters to, you know, you name it. From what I've seen and the limited research I've done myself, I personally think the walnut blasting does the best job, because any type of chemical repair or attempt to repair that I've seen still leaves deposits. However, everything that I've ever looked at has always been on a car that's, I don't want to say gone too far, but it's gone to the point it's exhibited drivability problems. So if it's, you know, hydrocarbon based, you know, solvent of some sort that is done preventatively, you know, on, you know, like say every, you know, 10,000 miles or 30,000, whatever they do them at, you know, perhaps that would help. But I don't know. I don't know enough on the topic. So why don't we hold off on the super chats for the time being? Just for right now, we'll finish our What's Up Wednesday here and get to some of the stuff I snagged off the Facebook. What? Oh, is my brother in here? Let me see. Let me scroll back. What's up? Why is my shop a mess? It's called working, son. Oh, dang it. I forgot to take that off the hook this minute. It's one of you guys. No, it's Yelp. Listen to this lady. Let's talk to the Yelp lady, okay?
Call from Yelp.
This is Eric. Go.
Hey, Eric.
What's up?
How's it going?
Oh, hanging in there.
That's good. This is China over at Yelp.
All right.
You're familiar with Yelp, right?
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty familiar because Yelp kind of pisses me off a little bit.
Oh, wow. Why is that?
Well, you see, Yelp really focuses on the negativity of any business. And I've had 50, 60 5-star reviews on Yelp, and they always get deleted. However, if I get one that's say 4 stars, Yelp kindly leaves that for me. And you see that all over the place. You read about it on the internet. Just to test the theory firsthand, I asked my YouTube viewers to go on, and the people who follow us on Facebook, go on and leave some reviews. Let's see how long they last. Well, the answer to that question was about 24 hours.
Oh, wow. So I'm looking right now. So you have a 5-star reputation with us. So I'm looking at the reviews. So all those reviews that you ask your YouTube followers to do, they're on your page. They're just not recommended, which means they don't affect your overall star rating on Yelp. So I'm looking, and I'm seeing how a lot of your reviews, you did this YouTube back in December.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I do YouTube all the time. It's our business. That's why I thought that they would be legitimate reviews, you know?
Yeah, so what happens is you might think as a business owner, asking your customers to write reviews, but it may sound good to improve your reputation, but it's exactly the sort of behavior that Yelp recommendation software detects. So the most helpful reviews are unsolicited. So that's the reason why your reviews are recommended by Yelp.
Oh.
Why would a review not be recommended? It's various reasons. It could be from a less established user, so maybe saying that someone just created a Yelp account just to bash a business, or it could be someone who's doing
I don't mean to be rude, but we have to get back to What's Up Wednesday. The lady calls all the time. She doesn't get it. I tell her the same story every time. Like, look, lady, Google, they like us. They leave our reviews. Yelp, boom, done. If you go on Yelp and be like, this guy sucks, they're flagging that. It's top of the list. Yelp sucks. So let's Let's just take this off the hook so the Yelp lady doesn't call back, because she's always calling. And it's always the same dang story. Come on, lady. Gotta wait for her to hang up the dang phone. There we go. She hung up the phone. Off the hook. Yelp sucks. Don't use Yelp. That's my suggestion. Hey, how many times have you gone on Yelp and seen an actual 5-star review for any business? You don't, because they delete them all. I tested that theory a while back. You kind folks went on there and it's like, oh, you know, great business, blah, blah, blah. They're all up there and they're deleting them as fast as they're coming in. So, yeah, she's still talking in her little microphone. You know, it's nothing. Nothing against what I think her name's China or something like that. I can't remember what she says. But she's just doing her job. Anyhow, moving on. Everything's so good over here. Oh, they'll leave the 5 stars if you pay them. So let's move on here. We were talking to Ed S. is his last name. And he writes, Eric, just watched What's Up Wednesday from the 28th and heard the news about Chloe. I'm very sorry for the situation, and Chloe's temperament forced you and Mrs. O to make that tough decision. For what it's worth, I think you guys did the right thing for yourself and your kids, Sheba and your other pets. Chloe seems like a great pup that just needed a little different surroundings. All true. And she's in a great home right now. We do receive texts from her new owner, pictures, and he's learning all her little quirks, so it's kind of funny. You became one of my wife's favorites when you and Sheba took the scrap metal proceeds to the Humane Society, which we still do to this day, help out our furry friends. The wife is very involved with Australian Shepherd Rescue in our area, so your heartfelt actions made her day. I first came across your YouTube videos about 3 years ago when you had about 7,000 subs. I had seen other auto repair YouTubers, but no one close to you for repair quality and instruction. I commented then that you need to help me with talking to the wife about getting a 2-post lift, and when agreed, I took the confirmation straight to the wife. Still have no 2-post lift though, much like your ice cream machine. Thanks for reminding me, Ed. And I do remember when you said when you asked about the 2-post lift, I told you just to go get it because it's easier to ask for forgiveness than it is permission. And that is still what I'm telling you to do. Just order it. I just want to let you know that your videos are fantastic, both in content and presentation. I'm sure that you hear it all the time, but I'm another friend you never knew about in a place far away from Avoca. If you ever get the itch to find someplace away from the rust, crust, and the green crusties, Central North Carolina is a great place with just the right amount of combination of winter and summer. And mosquitoes and no hills. Take care, and remember, if you can YouTube it, I can watch it. Thanks for producing. Yes, as a 30-year-old veteran with the Greensboro Fire Department, I really like the fire extinguisher you used in the Civic video. Eddie S. And then he sent me a North Carolina, Greensboro firefighters sticker. Sweet. And he sent me a check, which I'm not going to show you the front of because I don't want you to get his routing number and hack his bank account and ruin his life. So I'm not going to show you that. Ed, thank you very much. Say thank you to your wife. I won't mention her name. I won't embarrass her. And we do appreciate the letters very much. I'll stick this up in this joint right here. Yeah. Was my brother still in here? He ain't left yet. He got something to do. Brian G writes, thank you for having the video on the Corvettes. It fixed my problem with it running and shutting off. Now I just have to figure out why idle's high, but thank you so much. Oh, that's cool, Brian. Appreciate that. So evidently you had the classic Multec injector failure. Pretty common on that vintage C4 Corvette. As far as your high idle complaint, I'm just curious if you had your high idle prior to fixing it, because if you didn't, you had to pull the intake to do the injector, so make sure that you don't have a vacuum leak as a result of doing the repair. Yeah, Doug's still milling around. I had a busy day today, Doug. Just FYI, you see the dirt, and I actually I was gonna show you where I got dirty, but I can't. On my knee. I got a little dirt on my pants. Yeah, my brother's in here. Unless one of the blue wrenches banned him, which they will if he starts getting nasty. And I think we're on to our last one here. Let's see. And they write. Hi, Mrs. O and Eric. Thank you for all the videos that my husband enjoys. So this is written by the Mrs. of the house. Considering Mrs. O is a big part of SMA, this gift is for her. So Eric, keep your paws off unless you really want to smell sexy. Smile, in parentheses. In a special way you will enjoy it most, if you catch my drift. Well, I think I'm smelling what you're stepping in, picking up what you're putting down. One question for my husband, being retired with good automotive skills, he would like your recommendation on a J2534 pass-through device by name and why you would choose that brand. He will program only a few cars per year. He doesn't want top of the line, just one that works well. He doesn't want the Altel pass-through device. Thanks for your help, Hines in Florida. We appreciate you guys. P.S. My question for you, is Vanessa going to read this letter and put on some perfume on What's Up Wednesday, or are you going to bogart the whole show? Ha ha ha. Or G-G-G, J-E-J-E-J-E. I assume it's ha ha ha. It's like, it's like Larry Moe and Curly right there. And then she sent some stuff called Beautiful by Estee Lauder, not a sponsor. And she says that, Mrs. O, where is this? I'm going to get lucky. Basically how I read it. It's in print. This is kind of like a binding contract. In regards to your husband's question on the J2534 pass-through device, I don't know of any other than the ones that I use, which I use the Bosch DCI module. I think they're going to set you back $1,500. If I had to recommend any to anybody, I would recommend them to the DrewTech through AE Tools, because you're going to get the best support from them. So that's what I would recommend, but they're not cheap. I don't know if there is any cheaper alternative to that, but as far as I know, for pass-through devices, you know, DrewTech is pretty much top of the game. Purchasing it through AE Tools gives you aetools.com. Not a sponsor, not even affiliated. Don't get any kickback on that. But I do know their tech support is outstanding. If you're only doing a couple of cars a year, it's not worth it. Unless you have money to blow, then by all means, go get it. And then as far as the Altel pass-through device, it's not a bad one because it's a DrewTech. So that, you know, is actually good. They just put their sticker on it like, you know, Snap-on does, and a lot of other companies do. They buy the DrewTech and, you know, sticker it up on their own. So that's my thoughts on that. Perhaps some folks over here in the comment section can mention if there is a cheaper, like, you know, like a Mongoose cable that does pass through, you know, programming. You know, that I don't know. I have no experience with that. So that is it for mail call today. Oh man, he's still in here now. He's giving thumbs ups. Watch out for my brother over there, Sunny Service of Avoca or Abaca, if you're a telemarketer. I tried to get him to do heavy record videos, but he doesn't. He's like, oh, I'm too busy, blah, blah, blah. Well, thank you, William. Appreciate that. Forget Mongoose, Keith says. So X-nay on the Mongoose, eh? You'll see some stuff coming up over here in the chat. I'm sure, hopefully, maybe somebody can give you some direction over there as where to go. The cool thing about the new YouTube, when they save the live streams, did I get your FDNY patch sticker? I did not, Chris. I don't know when you set it out, but I did not, because I would remember that. So hopefully it's not lost in the mail, or perhaps it is still en route. Man, that wind is kicking up. I'm afraid we're going to go dark here soon. Yep. So Keith recommends the same thing, the AEZ flasher from AE Tools. Still talking about the Dutch oven over here. It is a large cast iron pot, which you can cook outdoors with, bury it in coals, do a turkey, or it's the other thing with the blanket. All right, so now we're coming on what happened to the Hyundai new customer. That is on my list of things to talk about, because that was something that was brought up quite a bit, and good question. Abdel Musin, thank you for your help. You're one of the best mechanics out there. Well, I do appreciate your super chat. By all means, I'm not going to act ungrateful. I'm very thankful for that. However, I am not the best mechanic out here. I am making YouTube videos. There's a lot of fantastic guys out there, thousands of them. They just don't make YouTube videos. So I just need everybody to understand that, because a lot of people send me letters and stuff like that. As you guys see, it's just I happen to be making YouTube videos. That's it. So I'll leave it at that. But I do appreciate it. Thank you for that. Send Hannah down with a camera. What, follow Doug around? He's got a bunch of cronies working for him. They can go around, follow him with a camera. You can do like ice road trucker type stuff. At any rate, I say we get chit-chatting, as if we will, about some stuff in no specific order of importance. What I would say, I hit one goal on my bucket list, and I don't even have a bucket list, but if I did, this would be on it. As a child, growing up in the repair shop, my dad used to get a lot of trade magazines, you know, Undercar Digest, Motor Age, some more that I can't think of, Ratchet and Wrenches. Of course, that's a fairly new one. You know, Transmission Digest, you know, you get them all. And I'm not making these up. Always enjoyed Motor Age magazine, one of my faves. I have two faves. That's one of my faves. And I've always enjoyed it because it's like real life case studies. It's, you know, not only what we're going to be seeing in the future or, you know, newer car technology, you know, lots of good, you know, just lots of great stuff in it. You can go online, you can read their editions online. Plus you can go back through their old history of their older magazines, which I have thousands of these at home. It's the only magazine I actually saved. I finally made it. I'm in the magazine. I made the magazine. I wrote an article, and it was good enough to be in, and there's pictures, and there's my picture on there, which I look tall and skinny. It's kind of an odd picture. Makes me look weird. I may not look weird as it is, but you know what I mean? So in April's edition of Motor Age magazine, I'm in it. Yours truly made the magazine. Crossing that off my bucket list right now. Actually, this is the list of stuff we're going to talk about, but if it was my bucket list, I'd be crossing it off. So, so that is pretty awesome. I'm pretty excited about it. Like I say, I was reading it from, you know, from a kid, you know, growing up and get started, you know, you just always couldn't wait for the new one to come through, and then bam, you know, here it is. You're in it, you know. I mean, that's great. So I'm happy about that. Even if I never get another one again, that's great. So, oh, thank you, William. So appreciate that. And I'm sure you guys in the shop, a lot of shops get Motor Age magazine, or you, like I say, you can go online and read it. Someone just asked if I do 6.0 Ford engine swaps. I do not. I kindly direct them up the road, right up to my brother's shop. You can go up there and work on them stinky freaking diesels all day long. I don't touch them. Oh, Wyatt's up in here. Last I talked to Wyatt, he's 40,000 feet up. Maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe you shouldn't be texting from the airplane, Wyatt. I'm not saying that he did or he didn't. He may have. Lon Willis, congrats. I read it today. Oh, thanks, Lon. So the article I put on there is actually an article, essentially a written version of a YouTube video I did on that Ford Escape that had the evap code with the power steering pressure switch problem. I did that, and I've actually am going to be writing another article for them on another video that I did. So I don't remember when that one's coming out, but it, you know, it has to be, you know, approved and accepted and all that stuff. So, so that'd be pretty cool. Let's see. So I did grab some stuff off from the YouTube, but I think one question that we do have to, not the YouTube, the Facebook, forget which social media I'm on, because I'm only on one or two. He's at Motor Age, that's right. Oh, Wyatt's on the ground. Well, glad to see that you made it, Wyatt, and you landed okay. One thing we need to talk about is the lady with the Kia. Now, I assume a lot of you guys have watched that video with the Kia and the mass airflow sensor, then, you know, which was a super easy fix, you know, gravy fix. However, I don't know how to say it because I don't want to be rude. So I wrote myself a note here, how to handle the, what I call shop hopper, quotations, customers. So I think in this business, you have to have the ability to have a good read on people. You know, customers when they're coming through the door, are these potential long-term customers, or are they just, you know, at their wits' end, you know, shop to shop to shop. They don't really have a loyal shop that they go to. And I'm not, you know, I won't be sitting here tooting my own horn, but you can get a pretty good, after, you know, doing this for, you know, 16, 17 years or whatever, you can get a pretty good feel on people and, you know, their car, how things are maintained, and, you know, where it's going to go from there. So typically in this scenario, now some of you guys may disagree with this because they've been from shop to shop to shop. They just want their stupid light out. And when it comes down to it, that's it. I mean, that's the bottom line. They want the light fixed. They don't care about the rest of the car. Light's got to be out. They can get a sticker. And in that video, I did go on a rant about the state inspections. And it wasn't so much to point at the customer and say like, oh, you know, this is stupid. They drive it like this, which it is. You know, that car had bad wheel bearings and bad struts, and people aren't unaware of that. They know, you know, they know what's going on. However, I think it's, you know, I think it's foolish for these shops to be enabling that through the state inspection, whether it's done, you know, this after hours stuff. There's plenty of these places around that for whatever reason feel that they have to, you know, we got to get this guy a sticker. Some of them have that mentality. Some of them have the, you know, hand me the $100 bill, you're going to get a sticker mentality, which I think both ends of, you know, both the extremes there are stupid, in my opinion. Why not just fix the car, or just tell the people, you know, here's what you need. You know, your catalytic converter is bad, it's going to cost this much. Or, you know, you've got broken springs, it's going to cost this much. Or you need brakes. If they don't fix it, big deal. Move on. Don't put a sticker on it. It's stupid. And by, you know, accepting a higher monetary value to put stick them on the windshield, do you really benefit from that? Yeah, they gave you $100. Big deal. $50, whatever the case may be. You're not helping them out, in my opinion. I won't rant on that, you know, too much, but I just think that's foolish, because essentially what's going to happen is over time, you're going to build, your clientele is going to be those people. And I'm not trying to stereotype certain type of people. Actually, I am. But you're going to get those people, and that's all you're going to get. You're not going to have real work. You're going to have people coming in that just want, you know, they just want a sticker. They want to keep driving their, you know, their car that is not safe to drive. And, you know, and I'm not saying everybody has to drive a brand new car, but, you know, the state gives us laws that we have to follow in regards to state inspections. So if they don't pass, they don't pass. And that's just all there is to it. And that's, you know, essentially how your shop makes money, and that's how cars stay safe. So I guess that's it. How do I address those types of customers? I fix the problem at hand. I fix what they want me to fix, and then I send it down the road. And then they go back to, you know, wherever they've been, you know, coming from, or, you know, whoever they go to. It's difficult when a customer comes in like that and says, hey, you know, my money light's on. I've been here. I've spent this much money. I've done this. You know, they're already upset. Number one, they don't trust you. So let's say you bring, you know, the car comes in. I look at it, say, oh yeah, it's, you know, it's your mass airflow. It's going to be, you know, $220 all said and done, diagnostic fee, you know, testing the part, installed, out the door, done price. And then they come to pick it up, and I have this grocery list and estimates. And, oh yeah, by the way, you need $3,000 more worth of stuff. A certain person, a certain type of person can accept that, and they'll be willing to accept it because they want their car to be right. And they usually express that to you when they come in. They'll tell you, you know, can you fix the engine light? And, you know, would you mind just looking the car over? I'd like to know if there's anything else wrong with it. Usually during the customer interview process, I can nail that down, whether these people want the light fixed, or, you know, whatever the complaint may be at that point, or, you know, are they legitimately looking for a new shop, and, you know, they want to, you know, see how you are, see how you work. So that's how I handle those situations. I don't know if that came across clear or not, but you just have to have good people reading skills and be able to take it from that point. So that's where I'm at. I won't repeat that, Joe. Yeah, just turn the lights out. Unfortunately, there are too many shops around here that do that, and I have never seen the benefit of it. You know, and that's why I don't. That's why I don't pass people who don't pass. Even if it's my own car, if something's broke, you know, it is what it is. Just you got to fix it. So, Sonny's still up in here pestering people. Must be. Yeah, put a piece of tape over the light. You know, I don't implement the rules. These are put on by the state. We got this stupid no tint law now. So now we have to play the police and have our little tint meter to stick on there. It's foolish, some of that stuff. Yeah, it's funny. Jeff just put that up there. Jeff Witzel. Is that Jeff Witzel, like Power Probe Jeff? Am I getting that right, Jeff? I'll wait for you to respond. Yeah, the new tint law, it's stupid. You know, most of the police around here, they don't care. But I can see, I don't know, I see some reasoning in it, but having tinted windows on my own car, not anymore on my old Ridgeline, you know, I did like my tinted windows. Let me wait. I'm waiting for Jeff to respond. It's Weitzel. Jeff Weitzel, not Witzel. Weitzel. Is he the owner of Power Probe, or am I going bananas in my mind? Is Sonny my brother or my dad? Sonny is my dad. Sonny is not his real name; it's his alias that he goes by. If YouTube ever becomes overwhelming, take a break. We can wait. Well, that's funny that you mentioned that. Pull tab, because that's what I've done. Now I'm way behind on videos. Let's see. No, I just live in Horseheads. Oh, okay. All right, you're not the guy I was thinking you are. Did you get to try the ribs from Memphis? I did, Jeff. We ate those ribs, I think, I don't know, the next day or the day after. And what else? They come with baked beans and the coleslaw, which was spicy. So that was pretty cool. So yes, we did eat and enjoy them. So thank you. Yeah, Horseheads. That's not very far away. That's right up the street. Is Eric my real name or my alias? It is my real name. It is my birth name, even though I was supposed to be Sarah. All right. I came out with a little and quickly became an Eric. However, short story, my dad did misspell my name on my birth certificate. It's supposed to be E-R-I-C-K. You know, Eric Estrada from Chips, that real good looking guy on there. That's me. That's who my mom named me after. Of course, I was a C-section baby, or born cesarean. You know what I mean. The old cut, not out the conventional methods which children come out. So I believe my mom was still under. My dad had to fill out the paperwork, messed it up. So now I'm missing a K. Just in case you guys are wondering about that. So that's a little bit about shop hopping customers, I call them. A little rant about state inspections. State inspections are love-hate because I'm not exempt from them. So I love them and I hate them all at the same time. Is there good wine up here? Of course, we're in the middle of wine country, man. The Finger Lakes region. Yeah, out with the knife and not down the slip and slide. That's right, JC. I did not get to take a ride down the slip and slide. Hello from Central NC. We got some North Caroliners up in here. Thanks for the wealth of knowledge and always keeping it Rizzle. Well, thank you, Tracy Summers. I think it was, where is it? Tracy Sumner. Appreciate that. We try to keep it real. I feel like I should throw a gang sign when I say that. I don't know. That's not really a gang sign. That's our gang sign. Thanks, William. Sam here in Mass. Same here in Mass. Maybe he meant same. Dr. Sarah. Yes, you guys can just refer to me as Sarah from now on. Not a lot of people know that. now only 1,400 people do. So we'll, I gotta go let Sheba loose. She's digging at my door. Come on. You come out here. I'll let you. You come out here. Come here, old girl. Sheba's in there. She knows it's past, come on. Get here. That's some help. Oh, jeez. Oh, come on. Oh, way up here on the chair. Don't get off my beef jerky. So there's Sheba. She just wants a piece of beef jerky. That's all. She knows I'm out here eating. Oh, my finger. Don't lick me. You lick your own butt. A Boy Named Sue. That is probably one of the, not the best Johnny Cash song, but it is a great song. Yes, we have heard from Chloe's new owner. You want a bite? She's a little bit hungry. Here, you're falling down. Go, you're getting down. What type of dog is that? She's a Siberian Husky. There you go. I'll go somewhere else. Yeah, what a guard dog. She's not a guard dog. Siberian Huskies are the worst guard dogs you can get. They're very social. And they don't care if you come in. All right, see you later, Dan. Have a good night. He's over in the UK. They live in the future, so he's going to bed. Let's see here. So these are some things from the Facebook. Yeah, she'll guard the ice cream machine. That's right. If I had one. Dale Sharpie. Gonna get a new shop helper. Looks like you could use a hand sometimes. Well, Dale, that is always the dilemma here at SMA. And every time I get busy, which is 8 months out of the year, I always think I need a new shop helper. And this year more so than, as time progresses and, we get busier and our, clientele grows. I try not to take on too many new customers so I can provide my existing customers with quality service. However, at this point, here we are, April 4th. I think I'm almost booked out of April already and going into whatever the following month is. So it's been good. I'm not going to complain. I've had a lot of, fantastic jobs. Even today, had some great jobs. I did record you guys a bigger job, which I've had a lot of big jobs coming in. So I haven't had anything really like, I don't want to say good material wise, but I haven't had anything that's been easy to record. So I had this Chevy in the other day, 07 Chevrolet Express, needed rear brakes and backing plates, complete rust bucket, parking brake cables, all that crap. So I did record that for you. That's coming up. I already got one of the videos uploaded onto YouTube. It's over an hour long, total snooze fest. Sometimes you guys like your longer ones. It's going to be a two-parter. I've got the second part in my pocket. I've still got to get that done. Wait, did Sheba take a dump? No, she won't. She won't poop in here. She don't poop on the floor. You guys are messing with me. She not. I'd smell it if she did. She wouldn't poop on the floor. At any rate, so with that being said, it often makes me think that I need a helper. However, in the People's Republic, New York, it is very difficult to have just a single employee because they're so expensive. To get a guy who's worth his salt and pay him what he's worth, it almost becomes a break-even business running a legitimate business like we do. However, if you're evading the government, collecting cash and doing all this little side crap, then perhaps you can. But doing it, like I say, legitimately is difficult because you have to keep that guy hustling. And to me, that takes away a little bit of it. Yes, it does take some workload off me, but you don't ever really get a chance to, work together, learn together, that kind of stuff. So, it's kind of like a, go big or go home. But then, again, you get, 4 or 5 guys, of course I don't have room for them, but let's say I had 3 people and I just sat in the office all the time, which would be great. That proposes its own problems. Josh is not coming back this summer. He's getting an internship a little closer to home because he used to travel about 45 minutes a day each way to come to SMA. So I did talk to him. Jeff Wisen, CEO of Power Probe. Okay, thanks for straightening it out, Chris. Having an apprentice, that is, that proposes another problem, because, whoever works here, I mean, they have to be, insured, it has to be legit, on the books, as it always is. And if your employer, in the state of New York, is paying you, let's say, $10 an hour, just for a round figure, it's actually costing him almost $20 an hour to have you there. Plus, the whole health insurance bit and all that stuff. So it's something I've been tossed around, but it is something I think I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet and do it. But it's tough on me because every job that leaves here, essentially has my name on it. I own the business, and that's where I struggle as an individual, as a person, is, if an employee does something and I don't see it, and something happens, who's the customer is going to come back. They're not going to be, pissed at the employee. They're going to be mad at me. And it presents a whole different box of problems. I've always liked the problem of, I'm sorry, I'm just too busy. That problem, of course, that, has its own stress, or like these jobs, I had the, Jeep in today, 010, I think it was, Grand Cherokee for training lines and an oil pan. Book time on that's like a 7-hour job. So I've got that going, plus, everything else, plus an entire parking lot full of stuff. I don't know, I find a way to deal with it. Keep it on. You just got to keep your wits about yourself. So it's just pick your poison. Which problem do you want? Employee problem, or so much work you can't keep up problem? So I don't know. So that's that. A lot of ideas sound good on paper, having some sort of, incentive for them. I just want to be able to, I don't want to lowball somebody, if they come in and they can do the job. I don't want to say, well, I can only afford to pay you X, because, that's an insult to somebody's intelligence. However, New York State is the lowest paying state, or I should say the Northeast region. When I looked at what technicians are making in the Northeast, I'd quit my job. I'd go do something else, because it's pathetic what these guys in shops get paid. It's pathetic. But I also know the cost of operating a business, so I understand it to a certain degree, but it sucks. I mean, my blue box in over there, I've got that thing insured at $250,000 just because of what's in it. And that's just the way it is. And these guys have to have their own tools. So a lot of the shops don't pay for training, which I think is stupid on the shop owner's part. They're not buying shop equipment. These guys are just, struggling, and I don't know, that part just drives me nuts to see that they're making, an average of, $38,000 a year when they've got, $100,000 invested in the tools. So that's just a little tidbit of it. My favorite beer, I always get one while working on a car. Yingling would be my favorite all around, any day beer. Yeah. Born free, tax to death. Yeah, and those guys are working for Snap-on, unfortunately. Yeah, Robinson, I believe that's what it was. It was not higher than 45,000. Granted, there are folks in Northeast region making more than that, but to see that what the average pay was compared to the rest of the United States, it's terrible. Does New York tax labor charges? New York taxes everything. And yes, Mike, my date is messed up because I thought it was 77.7. So, yep, death and taxes. Those are two sure things. It is a joke. What's the exhaust off? Oh, that's catalytic converter off Toyota something. Corolla, maybe? Camry? Corolla? Yeah, Back to the Future. I'm in the future. I'm living in 7.7. Yeah, sir, I'll be a truck driver at $20.50 an hour. Like I say, if I was out working, in the, for the man, and, that's why I was expected to have my own tools and, no benefits and, making that pay, no insult to anybody that does make that pay, but I would definitely consider a career change for, you know, the health hazards that come with this job, the mental fatigue you get with this job, the requirements of tools you have to have, you know, the hours you have to work, sucks, you know. So that's my thoughts on getting a new shop helper. Yeah, the Jeep hat. The Jeep hat has gotten to my brain, as mentioned in a previous What's Up Wednesday, about the potential of getting a Jeep, because as much as I hate Chrysler and most domestic products, I've always liked my Jeeps. All right, there, I said it. All right, first step is admitting it. I've always liked Jeeps, CJs. Okay, we do have a special project coming up. I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag. However, I will label it Project W.U.W. We're going to leave it at that until next week. We'll talk about it more, hopefully. What scan tools cost me the most in repairs? Well, the Veris would have to be what I would say to that, because I was paying to send that in to get it fixed every time it would break, and you know, of course, it would come back not working. But yeah, as far as repairs, you know, I would say that's it. However, updates, what's the most expensive one for updates? And of course, that's going to be also Snap-on, where you can pay up to, you know, $2,500-ish a year for updates if you get both the updates throughout the year. I just updated my Altel today. It was $895. That gets me my year update, reinstates the warranty. So you don't have to pay for repairs on it. It's one of the beauty of the Altel. It breaks, you send it in. You know, as long as you have an active subscription, the warranty is covered. You know, same for launch. You know, they're all, most of them are around $1,000. Love the Altel DS708. So they don't make the 708 anymore. I think that is replaced by the 808. I'm not 100% sure, but that is a good scan tool. Hot dog flavored water. What did you tell a lady about the safety of her vehicle, and did she respond? Can you report her for having a sticker but junk? So we covered that a little bit ago, hot dog flavored water, and I will answer your question. Can you report that sticker? That is the beautiful thing about New York State. You cannot report another shop. The customer has to report the shop for giving them a faulty inspection. However, the state of New York has a way around that, where it comes back on the owner also, because in the state of New York, you cannot issue nor accept a faulty inspection. So there is the loophole, and I'm going to say this lightly, 90%, okay, I'm going to put that number up there high, of the people who have, you know, a vehicle that won't pass inspection, who went to the shop to, you know, get the sticker because that's where their buddy sent them. The majority of those people know their car won't pass, and that's what they want. They want the sticker. They're not going to turn in that shop because that's the shop that got them the sticker. So it's a catch-22. Nobody's going to turn that shop in. As a repair shop myself, I can't turn the shop in. No shop can turn another shop in. The only way that works, the state inspector who audits us every year told me, is if he happens to be here when I bring in a vehicle and it has, you know, a brand new sticker on it, and we put it on a lift and it's junk, yes, then he can open a case that gets set on somebody's desk for the next 6 years and nothing ever happens. So essentially, no, you cannot turn in another shop, nor will the state ever do anything about it until there is a fatality accident. You know, somebody has to die is what it comes down to. Then it can be investigated, but only then. Which most of these shops that are doing the lick'em stick'ems are open after hours, so after the state closes, so they will never get audited. That's just the way it works. It's a bunch of baloney, a bunch of hippie, dippy baloney. Here, you gonna take it? You're gonna just sniff my hand. I'm all for inspection, tire, suspension, safety related stuff, but anything regarding emissions is just stupid, in his opinion. And opinions are like a-holes. Everybody has one, and that's the beauty of free speech. We can all say what we want. I agree and I disagree, because if you ever get on a plane and fly over to China and try to look at the sky Well, you won't see one because their emission standards are different. Yes, I think emission standards are what they are because to some degree they have to be. I like the air I breathe. I like a big smoking diesel too because I think it looks cool. I like running leaded pump gas and race engines because it smells great. It's a love-hate thing. I understand it. I feel bad for some people that come in with, a $1,500 car that mechanically is in okay shape. Yeah, it's rusty. The brakes are good. Suspension, everything's good. But you got a catalytic converter sitting over there that costs more than a car because we have to follow, California Air Research Board certified converters, CARB certified converters. If it's a California car, we have to put, CARB converters on it. That sucks. But I do, choking on a nut here. Almond, I guess it would be. Wow, got that down. I do understand it because, like I say, you go to other countries or other places where there are no emission standards or different emission standards, you can't breathe. And I'm speaking like I've been there, but I haven't. You see it. You know what I mean? So, kind of one of those things. What do you do about tinted windows? Should I have mine removed? If they're not, New York compliant, you live in New York State, then yeah. Unless you have a doctor's excuse for the 2 diseases or 2 problems that they allow, which are like the most rare disease, because I did look into it to see if I could go to my doctor and get a prescription, but you best be having those and have the proper documentation. Easy, Glenn. I knew you'd get some mileage out of that. All right, Patrol 20, go off to bed over there in Scotland. I keep spitting out chunks of whatever I'm eating here. What do we have? Shane Craig from the Facebook. He writes, do you charge more for repairs in the field or is it the same as your regular shop rates? I do charge more, Shane. If I go to other shops to fix their problems, I do charge more. If they come to my shop, I just charge my normal shop rate. However, some of them, that have a customer's car, they don't want to, be driving it, dropping it off in another shop. So it's just as easy for me to go to them. I actually was supposed to go to one tonight, but it is What's Up Wednesday. So I postponed the guy till tomorrow. So yes, I do charge more if I go to their shop and fix their car. And then what they do with my bill from there, I don't care. Fix the car, we're out of there. Brian, he writes, is it necessary to have, the Alltel MaxiSys or similar diagnostic scan tool for the DIYer, or will a simpler scan tool do? What do you want? Huh? You want me? You want something? You just want my snack. There you go. Get out of here. Go lay down. You don't listen very good, do you? Here, I'll give you one more bite. Well, Gavin, that is a good question. It's funny saying the word Gavin and not talking to my son. Is it necessary? No, it is not. Is it necessary if you want to carry out certain functions? It is. You can have a simpler scan tool where you can read generic OBD2 data and you will be able to fix, a host of problems. I'm not even going to begin to attempt to answer what kind of problems you could fix with just a generic OBD2 scanner. Let's say something, $100 or less. However, if you want to read, other modules, body modules, training modules, airbags, the list goes on. You typically cannot do that with, a simpler, just generic OBD2 scan tool.
You want to give me a kiss? Oh, you're a good girl.
So it depends on what you're trying to do. If you are the advanced, I see you, man. I see you. I see you. If you want to do advanced diagnostics, or you want the ability to have bidirectional controls, let's say you're, chasing down an EVAPS problem, you want to be able to seal the system off, or, bidirectionally activate, purge solenoid or EGR valve. I see you, Sheba. That you would need a different scan tool for. Now, there are ways to do that. You can go out to the individual component that you're testing and make sure it functions. However, that does not carry out the function that the ECM does, on its own. So Oh my gosh. So it's, I guess it depends on your DIY abilities and level of diagnostics you want to achieve. Come here. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Get there. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Get there. Oh, you're such a baby. If I wasn't sitting here, you'd be jumping up here. Yeah, she's persistent, all right. If I leave this beef jerky sitting right here, though, she won't touch it. She'll just keep looking at it. Bugs the crap out of her. Don't even think about it. How's Sheba doing with the change? That's funny you mentioned that. Kaboomerang Finch. I think that she's a little bit sad, but I don't really know because I don't speak dog language. But she's been really, really tight to me ever since Chloe left, and just like super, super close. Won't leave my side. So I don't know. I mean, that's how it used to be, prior to Chloe coming. But then when she had Chloe's, they paled around pretty tight. So I don't know. It's hard to say. I think she's doing good. I mean, she just sleeps all day anyway. So does Sheba shed? Have you ever met a husky that didn't? Yeah, she sheds all the time. Look at that. There's some hair right there. They're huskies. They shed 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Okay, you got to get down. Yeah, she does get a lot of attention. Don't you? Look at me. Look at my face. Sheba, look at my face. Hey, look at me. Linda, listen. What a jerk. Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, Sheba's a good girl. Just did pads and rotors, calipers on my 99 Ram, Hemi Dodge Ram. Probably not a Hemi. New brakes are squeaking when I stop. Tried bedding them in by slamming on them a bunch of times, but it didn't help. Didn't use cheap pads either. I'd be curious, did you use Wagner thermoquiets? Just out of curiosity. Because if you did, there's your problem, lady. Also, did you lube all your metal-to-metal contacts, on the exception of where the pads touch the rotor, obviously? Oh, let's see here. Oh, I just got to return this text. Don't mind me. I'll just keep you guys on hold. Yeah, let's see here. I'm one finger henpecking over here. 1 minute. Wait right here, folks. What do you want? Huh? Tell me. What do you want? Oh. You want to tell the people? Let me see. We'll let you tell the people. She was thinking it's time to go home. What? Tell them. Say, tell them it's time to go home. Tell me. What, you going to hide? Where'd you go? Tell them. Tell them you're going to go home. Oh, is that all you can say? You're looking at me. I don't have any food, see? You're getting all antsy pants. Now a word from the spine. I need some kind of commercial break that I can just push a button and it's like, O'Reilly's, or whatever it does. That's the only one I ever see on the YouTube. Let's see. Oh, Sheba. She's so annoying. Like, if I want to go home, she knows when it's time to go home. And that's what she'll do. She'll be like, hey, you're not looking at me. A minute ago, you didn't want to look at me. I'll give you one more snack, and then you got to get out of here. I didn't make any popcorn. All right. No, Chloe did not die. However, Chloe had to be relocated to a new home. So just in case all of you aren't caught up on that. So Chloe, my other husky that I've had for 2 years, has hit her teenage years and had become quite aggressive towards other animals. Like small animal kill instinct, and was really exhibiting lots of dominance towards Sheba and Fat Pearl at home and the cat. And there'd been quite a few situations where, you know, they're locked up, there's blood flying, the whole spiel. And I understand that animals are going to have, you know, their dominant roles and pecking order and stuff like that. My fear was that at some point my children would try to intervene to break the dogs up, or the dog, try to get the cat out of its mouth, whatever, and get bit in the process. And I didn't want that to happen. So that's what happened there. That's the short story in a nutshell. I just did the Austin Powers. Look, it's me in a nutshell. Why did I do that? So Sheba is in a single person, single animal home, or Chloe rather, and is loving it. And I'm happy for that. It's not an easy decision to make. However, you have to choose between your children and your animals. Let's see. I'll read a couple more here. Ozstar needs some mail. Do you have your P.O. box listed on your YouTube there, Glenn? Because if you do, somebody send Ozstar some stuff in the mail. Maybe I'll write you a letter. Maybe. He does have a brand new Corvette too. And he says, I can drive it, which I think is a foolish mistake of him to say that. Because I'm going to take him up on it. Maybe I'll make a video of it doing a sick burnout, Scotty Kilmer style. Let's see. Have I changed the timing belt on Mrs. O's van? It's funny that you asked that, Scott. I have not. However, she put it on the appointment books. And in today's video, she threatened me if I don't do it. But I did just sell her timing belt kit again. And so she wasn't happy about that because I just got it and then I sold it again. So her van is on the appointment books and she scratched off the entire day. So I'm assuming she wants everything fixed. What? I don't have any more. I don't go away. Go find something to do. So yes, so Mrs. O's job is on the books, I think sometime in the next couple of weeks. And I think she bought herself new tires and everything for it. So Steve Clark from the Facebook, he writes, "Good day." I assume he's from Australia because he says, "Good day. Good day. What happened with the DIY head job on the 3.5 Honda? Did he fix it or you, Aussie Steve?" So yeah, he's from Australia. Well, Steve, to answer that question, the van still sits outside this door as we speak. It is fixed and ready to go. However, when the guy dropped it off, initially, when he rolled it off the trailer that they brought it on, they used some ramps and it blew one of the rear tires. It poked a bunch of holes in the sidewall, so it has a bad tire, in which he sent me a tire from the internet that I have to put on for him, but he's also supposed to be bringing me a power steering pump for it, which I haven't seen yet. I did do the head job. I got it all put back together and it works. It works beautifully. It runs great. Redid the heads. I pulled the heads. He came and picked them up the day that I spoke to him, that I told him what was wrong with it. He asked me if I could pull the heads on it. I did. He took the heads to his machine shop, which I am still baffled that they sent the heads back. They fixed the bent intake valves that were bent. I don't know if they reground the other ones or what they did. However, the heads were severely under machined. You know, overall head thickness was way too thin. And the heads, the bottoms of the heads were all gouged up like crazy. What it looked like to me, they were right around the dowel pin holes. It looks like, you know, somebody went to set the head on with the exhaust manifold and intake on, which, you know, is standard. It's what I do. But it looks like they couldn't hit the hole, if you know what I'm saying. And they just did the wiggle. They just kept moving it around and moving it around. And it just gouged the crap out of the bottom of the head. So, like I say, I'm really shocked that the machine shop gave them a clean bill of health and sent them back. I looked at them and said, you know, no way. I mean, I'd have canned them, got some used heads, had them done, and then put them on. They were machined multiple times. I put them on. I rolled the engine over slowly by hand because I was pretty skeptical. I didn't clay the head or anything to check valve clearance. But I let it run until it warmed up. Nothing crashed. Gonna call it good. What do I think about the Scion FRS? Do you think they have the same head gasket problems as most Subarus, aluminum block and head? Ever worked on one? I have not. I've never even seen one. I've seen some XAs and XBs roll through here and TCs and worked on those, but I'm not familiar with that model whatsoever. I would actually have to Google that, which I'm going to do right now. Don't see many Scions around here. I certainly have not seen that car whatsoever. When did they start making it? Is that a 2018 car? If it is, I would have no insight on that whatsoever. I don't work on new cars. So it looks like they made them back 14, 13. So yeah, they made some older ones, but no, I'm not familiar with that model and I've never seen it. But, you know, it's not uncommon to have aluminum block and aluminum head. Man, it is so freaking windy out there. I can't believe we haven't lost power yet. We have a special guest. What's up, young lady?
Nothing much.
Can I get a stool? Come join us for What's Up Wednesday. Oh, you probably grab one from over there. I'd get you one if I was a gentleman. Oh, you guys are gonna like it. We have a special guest today on What's Up Wednesday. Cyan is badged engineered Toyota. It is. Wow. We don't get special guests too often. So what is the 4-amp test light that I have made from? I'll show you. Headlight harness. So anytime I change out a headlight, I save the harness. And these bulbs here, what are these ones? 9003s or something? No, these H11s. That's the H11. I just check the current draw on them, see what they are, and use these. I just cut the wires off it, use the harness. I take a couple sewing needles, solder them to the harness, a little bit of heat shrink on them, and away you go. So these are pretty inexpensive test lights. Oh, somebody said they saw part of your hair.
Oh, wow.
They got you.
Uh-oh.
So here's Miss Hannah. Welcome to What's Up Wednesday, Miss Hannah. How's things been in the nursing world?
A nice break week this week.
Break?
Break week.
Like, so we've been doing just screwing off?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Have you seen anything cool in the hospital?
Yeah.
Have they let you do any surgery?
I got to see a surgery.
They didn't let you partake in it?
No. Sadly.
All right. There's everybody saying hi to you. Oh, man. I've been eating beef jerky. Probably got beef jerky breath. They want to know how your exhaust is doing.
It's doing fine.
Quiet.
Quiet.
Yes, I fix cars and she fixes people. Stop, Sheba. So they want to know if you're married yet.
Nope.
Not yet. She's in school and gonna get smart and educated first, I assume.
Yep.
So what kind of surgery did you watch?
I watched an abdominal surgery. It started out as a laparoscopic, and then it turned to open.
Ooh, laparoscopic went bad.
Top to bottom, she was wide open.
Like you were
Cool.
like how far away were you?
The anesthesiologist had me come back with her. So I was from here to there away.
Well, you cut open. Started out as laparoscopic. So essentially, to put it in car terms, it started out as plugging a tire to breaking the tire down. That's how I'm hearing this. So she was they're in their little microscope and they said, we got to cut this lady open.
Yep.
Boom, put her out.
She was already out.
Oh, okay. Wow. Wow, did you gag?
No.
Were you like,
No.
nothing?
Cool, I got to see all the intestines and
Really?
yeah.
Did
Neat.
it stink?
No.
It didn't stink?
Mm-mm.
Didn't smell like when you're gutting a deer and you're like, whew, that's a deer.
No. They didn't cut into the intestines.
Well, yeah, I mean, you would hope they didn't.
Smell.
Because then they got to call their insurance company and be like, we got a code red. Wow.
Really neat.
So like, can you see her heartbeat? Well, you probably couldn't see her
No,
heart
it
because
was
that's
only from here down.
so they didn't knock open the diaphragm to have a look-see.
No, not up there.
Wow. Wow.
Her problem was in the GI tract. So they knew it was there.
Wow. Ugh.
Cool.
What else? Any other surgeries yet? Anything nasty? You gotta have seen something nasty by now.
Last semester I had the diarrhea problem, but that's about it.
So somebody that you were caring for, explosive diarrhea type stuff?
Yep, she couldn't make it, and I cleaned it up for an hour.
An
all
hour.
over the floor, all over the bedside commode, all over her.
Doesn't it make you, it's like, I don't know. That's like when somebody comes in and they have the distinct mouse smell in the car, and you know you got to pull that blower motor out, and it's nasty, and you got to do it. Wow, that's I couldn't do that. I could not do that. If I was a nurse, everybody, you're all gonna die because I'm not helping you. I mean, I would help somebody in a time of dire need, but as far as signing up to do that every day, that takes a special person.
That's only been my one time out of 2 semesters so far.
What kind of question is that? Can Hannah gut a deer? Of course.
Mm-hmm.
It's a deer killing machine. We already told him about the deer you got this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got a deer this year, Jeff. And for you that don't know, when Miss Hannah was in the woods this year, her little buck deer was getting a piggyback ride from a doe deer. You know what I mean? Piggyback ride. And she waited for the piggyback ride to finish and then hammered that buck. So it was pretty cool. I've been in the woods a lot. I've yet to witness that with my own 2 peepers. So that's pretty cool.
And it was only like 20 yards away behind me.
Wow. Now he's picturing Hannah with a Remington 700. You shoot 243, but is it a Remington or?
Yeah,
Remington?
I think it is.
Yeah, you think it is. You're supposed to just be like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, see, at least the buck died happy. That's right.
Exactly.
They want to know.
That was nice.
They want to know what program of study you are in. Is there a
RN?
Just RN. RN
Corning
study.
Communities program.
So are you, what's your GPA?
Well, I made it on the dean's list last semester.
Give you
I
a
don't know
shout
my
out.
GPA.
Yeah, the buck hammered the doe and then she hammered the buck. That's not sad. They're yummy. If you ever ate one.
Mhm.
All right, Sheba, you got to get out of here. You ate all my snacks. Man, she's being annoying today.
Sheba.
BSN or after RN?
Yeah, and then I plan to get my MSN.
I've had MSN on the internet here for like 10 years.
Yeah.
MSN. Right? Microsoft? MSN? You don't give them a joke?
Yes, I get your joke.
All right. Yeah, they want to know who's dean and why you're on his list.
What I do wrong?
Wonderful. Get that BSN and make the big bucks.
I'll get my MSN and then get my NP, and then I'll be making the big bucks.
Diarrhea's turn on the pressure washer. The only part about, I don't know, because you worked at the, was it the nursing home or?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be tough, man. I don't know if I could do it with the old folks. I know we're all gonna get there. There ain't no stopping that.
But I didn't do anything there. I was more of a sitter.
Oh
I
yeah.
didn't
Well, it was
do
a part of
any
an
that stuff.
internship or?
Job.
Oh, okay, part of the job. So yeah, I don't know if I could do that, especially seeing them, these folks at their end of life, and it would be hard for me to handle that personally. Was that hard? Was that hard for you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And especially now that you see them in the obituaries.
Oh yeah.
And,
Yeah. I just just sucks. But nobody will answer me. What's your question, Tiny Tim? I'll see if I can come across. But at least when little kids have explosive diarrhea, you just pick them up. You're like,
to the bathtub.
take them to the bathtub, hose them off, new diaper, give them, or you just call for their mother. Let's see. That's the way to go. A smile on your face. See, people are appreciating the way you let that buck go. They want to know, can she cook? Mrs. 9 plus 18. Can she cook? Miss Hannah can cook. She's always, every day, she's always bringing in her leftovers. And usually not enough to share.
Nope.
Mm-hmm. So they want to know if you can survive hospital food.
I can survive the hospital's cafe food. I've never had to eat hospital food. There's a difference there.
Really? I thought it all came out of the same.
But the cafe, you can get a wrap, or you can get.
It's the same
everything.
crap, just wrapped up. Let's see. 24. Look at me with these math problems. People trying to trick me. Let's see. Yeah, now she comes to SMA and visits the old folks. Let's see, what else? So what are you, like, what's going on in school right now? is there different portions? I've never been to college, so I don't really know what happens. I mean, have you done like, we studied the skeleton, we studied the brain, the nervous system, the respiratory system? Is it broke up like that, or?
In anatomy, it is.
Oh.
Because I'm doing anatomy, psych, and nursing. So in anatomy, we look at the systems.
Wait, are you trying to profile me right now? You took psych? Is it that kind of psych? Like you're like,
Maybe.
this guy's psycho. Or
Maybe.
Maybe I'm thinking about it wrong. Are we ready to share Hannah's true identity? We are not.
Nope.
Got any potted meat in it? Let's see.
Nope, I haven't done a cadaver yet.
Oh, the dead people.
I've taken care of a dead person.
Yeah,
if you want to say that.
Yeah, was it like your first week or something?
A couple weeks in.
Yeah, a couple weeks in, a guy dies on her shift. I don't know if it's called a shift, but she's telling me about it. I was like, man, that would be traumatic.
It's hard.
I would think, here's because you and some other young nurses, right, just starting out. Now there's certain protocol when a person dies in the hospital. That was at hospital, right?
Mm-hmm.
That the body has to be taken care of and cleaned and then taken to the morgue or wherever it goes from there. But here's a couple noobs coming in. This guy dies, and now like you got to clean the guy and take care of him. I imagine there probably wasn't a whole lot spoken.
But we had help. There was one that was experienced. That
oh yeah, well, yeah. I would tend to hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's just not. I think you have to be the right person for the job, just like any job.
Mm-hmm.
Why on earth you would not want to be a mechanic, I still don't know. But yeah, we'll leave it at that. Get rid of the evidence. I don't think there was any mischievous stuff going on there.
Wasn't my patient though.
Oh, that's good. You're like, nah, yeah, life's tough. You never get out of it alive, that's for sure. So what else do we have? So what did you say you were working on at school at this point? I wasn't listening. I asked you.
Well, we just got done with mobility.
Which is like?
Moving and all the disorders you can have with that.
Oh, like my arthritis?
Yep. We talked about all different kinds of arthritis.
Did you talk about psoriatic arthritis?
No. Osteo and rheumatoid.
That's old school. Mine is psoriatic arthritis from psoriasis. Weird. It can just attack your joints. It's what? An autoimmune disease, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look at me with the big words. I only know that because that's what my doctor told me. You have an autoimmune disease. I'm like, oh, great. And you can't cure it.
The problem.
Yep. You can treat its symptoms. And I could eat better if I chose to. I could choose not to eat so much sugar, which is an inflammatory, right?
Mm-hmm.
Puffs you up, makes you hurt. Not so much caffeine and coffee. But I don't know. I make a lot of bad decisions. Let's see what we got. MSM is great for arthritis. Waiting for something to pop up here. Any more trips to Junkyard? We don't have any more Junkyard trips planned. I never really plan them until the time arises when we have to go do them. Let's see. You need to stay out of those joints. You need to stay off the joints. Well, we have some dead airspace here. I'll go down through one more question on the YouTube, Facebook. I keep messing that up. Matthew A. Blair, and he writes, when you go to the junkyard to get parts for cars you're working on, do you charge for the time, or is that the benefit of working in a small town? Typically, Matthew, I don't charge for the time because usually at some point throughout my day, I need to leave the shop. And typically, if I'm going to the salvage yard to pull a part for myself, it's usually something that's very easily accessible, connector, something along those lines, because we don't have a pull apart nearby. Most of the cars that you've seen in my videos at the salvage yard, the engines are out of them, trannies, wheels, tires, axles, they're pretty much just shells sitting there. So I'm going in hopes to get some little trinkety item. So it's a couple miles down the road. I usually just zip down, grab whatever I need, usually grab something bad to eat that's not good for me, gas station burrito, pizza, or the such, and then come back to work.
Or in the summer, you just go mile down and you got ice cream.
Yes, that is very true. Oh, I gotta, go to the junkyard. Oh, look at that, the ice cream store a mile down the road. Got to turn around somewheres. That's good thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Man, can you believe it's almost ice cream season?
Well, it's snowing out today.
I know. This freaking weather's been crazy. Did you guys lose power?
I don't know.
home?
I left at like 2, and then I got back at 6:30 or whatever.
Oh,
And
power's been on and off all day today. Wind blows. Lights go out. Everything comes back on.
Where I was at, it went out. But
yeah. Let's see. There's that.
then you get blue skies.
Yeah, I know. It's like sunny. The weather today has been a lot like Katy Perry. It's been hot and it's cold. It's yes and it's no. It's up and it's down. It's in and it's out. You know that song?
I know that song.
I won't sing it.
Neither will I.
Oh, you know it that good that you can sing it?
No.
Well, I say we get a wee up in here and have a sing off.
Yeah.
Because I can rock the Katy Perry. Let's see. It's always ice cream. It is always ice cream season, Thomas, but it's kind of like you got buck and doe season, which we don't have here because they're all mixed together. So let's say bow and rifle season. We have hard ice cream season, which is the off season, wintertime. And then we have soft serve ice cream season, which is our summer months. Oh man, it's 83 in Cali right now. She's a singer. Yeah, Katy Perry. I don't know if Hannah's a singer.
No.
I can't. She sings solo. No one can hear her. That's how I sing. I just I just mouth it, even if I don't know the words.
What do they say? You say watermelon? Is
Yeah,
that what
watermelon.
it is? And it looks like you're singing the words?
Yeah, or if you want to say I love you, you say elephant chew. So if you're looking at some dude, you'd be like, nah, I just said elephant chew. Or elephant shoe. I don't know which. Shower singing.
No.
You don't sing in the shower? Well, I do sometimes.
You might sing in the car every once in a while.
Oh, like full on, like
Well,
hair flipping. Really?
oh.
You need to learn how to live, girl. Like get right into it. Like, you're lying.
Really?
I'm lying. Olive juice. Oh, you say olive juice. Bro, I love you. Olive juice. 28 wind chill here in Ohio. I've watermelon a few times. Let's see. What else do we have? I think that is it for this list for today. Hannah comes in, steals all my thunder.
I didn't have to come.
No, that's okay. That's okay. You can stop by. What else? What else has been going on? I got your summer tires on.
Yep.
Thanks for me.
Yep.
They're nice and smooth.
Yep.
Smooth. Hannah made the wise decision of buying a separate set of wheels and factory hubcaps for her Malibu. We throw gang signs every time we say Malibu now.
Yeah.
Or randomly. Elephant juice. Lots of stuff going on here. So she has gotten the summer winter wheels. So now you can get the most mileage out of your winter tires if they're on a separate set of wheels, because you can procrastinate right till the last minute, get through them first couple little snow blasters they give you where the ground's still warm, it snows like crazy, but the roads are clear. It might not do that for another couple weeks or a month. You might not have to put your snow tires on until January. You never know. So, and then, of course, we took them off already. However, if we get snow now, it's gone like quickly. So it's not a big deal. You mean her toilet car? I call everything a toilet. Let's see. They want to know if you're going to bring in a cadaver and hold an anatomy class next Wednesday.
Are they going to get me a cadaver?
If a dead body shows up here, somebody better have the appropriate paperwork, because I don't want to be responsible. Snow tires are a myth. Well, GT Wing, I don't know where you live. I would suggest you move to the Northeast and retry that statement. Driving around on all seasons or baloney skins when there's 6 inches of snow and slop in the road.
Or when you fly off the road due to black ice and then land up in a field, and I can just drive right out.
Yep.
That might or might not have happened.
Oh my God, I don't even want to know. Oh, I see the pictures you put up on the Facebook.
Yeah, go look at my car again.
What did that bird have, like,
It comes back every single day.
Shoot it. Nope, don't shoot the bird. If it attacks you,
The
then...
issue is it flies that way towards the road. Can't go that way.
So, Miss Hannah's car is completely annihilated with bird crap.
I washed it twice. What day was it? Saturday.
And he blistered your car, like, pre-clean, post-clean. He, like...
Yeah. He sits on my mirror. Or sits on the ledge of my window and will sit there.
A robin?
Yes.
That's funny because I've noticed here in the past couple days, looking out there, of course, robins are all migrating back, which they started about a month ago. But I noticed them sitting on customers' mirrors in the parking lot.
They see themselves, and someone was saying that one, they think it's a mate, or two, they are fighting.
Oh, and then they poop.
Yeah.
Huh.
And it was good. I didn't get any all morning. I kept looking for him, and then all of a sudden, I walked up to my car at 3 and it's covered.
Ah,
and I
man.
didn't have time to clean it.
That's funny because I see your pictures and it looks like you blistered it pretty good.
Multiple times. I washed it off and he comes back.
Mark his territory.
And then I put balloons. I put balloons on my, closed them in my door.
Yeah.
That didn't scare him. It scared him in the front, so we went to the back.
That's funny. This guy says that humans fart when they fight. Interesting fact. I don't know if that's true. This guy says put socks on the mirrors.
Someone said plastic bags on the mirrors, but that's just it.
I'd handle it.
I'm not gonna shoot.
That's my 10-pump BB gun.
You're gonna shoot at my car and not hit it?
No, just don't hit it. Like this.
What happens when you're sitting on it?
Oh, well, I don't know.
That's what he does.
Anyways. Fold the mirrors in if you can. Now, hers have fixed mirrors on it. This guy says get a fake owl or a falcon. I would get a real owl.
He'd fly off. Maybe
and just come out with it on your shoulder. Have him grab the 760 Pump Master. Way to go, Jeff. High five for that. The Red Ryder, no, Justin, the 760 Pump Master is the way to go of the classic BB guns. We grew up in 760 Pump Masters, and we used to have BB gun wars with one pump rule and a single BB. However, the one pump rule never lasted very long.
What you doing?
I don't know. Probably trying to get in the office or get out, one or the other. Nah, it should be fine. Feed them Alka-Seltzers, this guy says. Yeah, you'll put your eye out only with a Red Ryder BB gun. Do you know that movie? You'll shoot your eye out. Was it The Christmas Story? Is that the name of it?
I don't know.
Somebody remind me. You'll shoot your eye out movie. I think it's The Christmas Story. I could be way wrong in that. You know, where they had
a mouse trap on top of him.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. But the thing is, he sits. Do I have a picture of it?
You know what you need is some of them. Yeah. So I was right on the movie's name. What you need is those sticky pads for catching mice.
Catch him.
Get yourself a bird. You got pictures of them sitting on your mirror?
Yes.
Savage. That bird is savage.
That's what he does. And then he poops.
That's hilarious. Oh, so he's actually looking into your mirror. Now I see why he craps on the whole side of your car.
And then he'll go to the other side too. I've caught him on both.
That's funny.
Or this is the other one. He'll sit on top of the mirror.
Yep, that's what they do out here in the parking lot, but then he craps. That's hilarious. Yeah, PETA's gonna be calling us now. PETA, the people eating tasty animals. I don't know if that's what it stands for, but I believe it is. Anyhow, it is getting that time. I need to get rolling. I'm out of topics to talk about. Miss Hannah stopped by. We've caught up with her and what's going on in the nursing school. Everything from cleaning up diarrhea to seeing the guts of a lady on a table. Wow, sounds exciting.
It is.
It's not as exciting as what happens here at SMA.
Well,
because, for many reasons. Of course, our pay isn't that good. We have no benefits and that kind of stuff.
I have to pay to go to clinical.
Really? Oh,
For
yeah.
my college.
Yeah, part of your college. So, yeah, so it would be more beneficial for your work here.
And I got to drive the hour to the place.
Yep. See here, you could drive 10 minutes. Boom.
5 minutes.
5 minutes. Boom. Even better. Drive faster, make it 2.5.
There you go.
That's right. Well, if it doesn't work out for you, you're welcome back to hand us tools and entertain the people who don't like my videos anymore.
They don't like them because I'm not here.
They're always like, "Where's Hannah? Where's Hannah?" I'm like, "She quit
Just
to get a stupid education."
Take a picture of me and then just
cardboard cutout. Yeah. I'll be like, "Hey,
there's
Hannah," and I'll move you over like this. I don't know. I don't think I can trick the people. They're pretty sharp. But at any rate, I'm gonna get rolling. Miss Sheba's over there whining and crying to go home, scratching at the door somewheres, or she's stuck in the office, one or the other. Again, thank you guys for all the sweet swag that you send, the awesome comments, our patrons, everybody who supports SMA and what we do. And we will be here next week. Next week's What's Up Wednesday will probably be a tad bit shorter. Special guest coming in. Not going to say who, but it does have to do with Project W.U.W, and I'll leave it at that because I don't want to send out any spoilers, but you Jeep guys are going to get it. And we'll just keep on keeping on. So just remember, viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.